Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time, next day,
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
From GBN, this is Network News for Friday, June 16, 2023. In the headlines, GBN following reports that a private aircraft crashed in Grenadian waters. High Court sets aside default judgment in defamation case against Senator Claudette Joseph over failed shrimp farm project comments. The National Insurance Scheme works towards increasing pensionable age and contribution rate as the cash-strapped statutory body blames its policymakers for failing the scheme. Fathers share their expectations of Father's Day on Sunday. Also in the broadcast regionally, Barbados' Prime Minister tells countries to focus on job creation. Internationally, Department of Justice report concludes Minneapolis police engaged in excessive force and discriminated against African Americans as well as Native Americans. Plus in the sports news, defending champs, Hurricanes SC to face Happy Hill FC in GFA Premier League opener tomorrow Saturday. We are reporting the day's news. We'll be right back.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave bathroom tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening, I'm Kenroy. Baptiste. Unconfirmed reports reaching GBN say a private aircraft is believed to have crashed in Grenadian waters after it reported engine trouble. Our news team captured the Grenada Coast Guard being deployed as part of a search and rescue party for the plane. The Regional Security Services was also alerted, and it too was part of the search. Information also reaching our newsroom revealed that one of the large airlines coming to Grenada voluntarily used one of its aircraft to search for the distressed plane for over an hour, which resulted in the identification of the crash site. Information on whether there were any casualties or the extent of damage to the aircraft has not been forthcoming. The Grenada Broadcasting Network will bring you more details as they come to hand. Well, the St. George's High Court has taken the decision to set aside the default judgment obtained by opposition leader Dr. Keith Mitchell in January 2021 in a defamation case filed in July 2020 against Claudette Joseph, who's now Grenada's Attorney General. The matter will proceed to a full trial in keeping with the ruling handed down by a master of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court on Thursday. Nisha Paul reports.
In July 2020, then Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell filed a libel lawsuit against Attorney General Claudette Joseph, the then Public Relations Officer of the now ruling National Democratic Congress. Dr. Mitchell, who is now the opposition leader of the New National Party, accused her of making false statements against him in connection with the failed shrimp farm project, for which foreign investors were allegedly being investigated for the disappearance of $52.4 million from the project. He claims that Attorney Joseph deliberately took out of context certain statements he made in his former capacity as Prime Minister in 2017 at the groundbreaking ceremony in St. Mark to launch the project. Dr. Mitchell was previously represented by Attorney Nigel Stewart, who successfully obtained the default judgment in January 2021. He has retained a new counsel in Attorney Jerry Edwin, who notes that his client has conceded that the default judgment was improperly obtained.
It is not merely that a lawsuit which is brought claiming someone defamed another person will simply proceed to a default judgment because the other side does not respond in time. That is not what the law says. The law says that when you apply for a default judgment, it has to be set out in such a structure that it complies with the Eastern Caribbean rules of civil procedure. In this case, the procedure was not followed.
According to Attorney Edwin, the issue came to a head after Attorney Lisa Taylor, who is representing Attorney Joseph in the matter, observed that the procedure followed to obtain the default judgment did not comply with the law.
I had a conference with Dr. Mitchell, and he agreed in looking at it. He doesn't want to waste the court's time. While he will not agree that anyone should defame his character, he is also of the view that matters should proceed in the proper form that they should. And so I was instructed to concede a point in which the judge agreed. In fact, the judge said that he is pleased because he would, after examining the papers, take the point that the default judgment should be set aside.
The matter came up before Master of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, Honorable Alvin Pariag Singh, who sat at the St. George's No. 2 High Court on Thursday. It will now proceed to a case management conference on the substantive case, in which Attorney Joseph is accused of defaming Dr. Mitchell when she alleged that he was an investor in the failed shrimp farm project, which promised to create about 300 jobs for residents of St. Mark. The project, not promised job creation, never materialized. Attorney Edwin said the new development in the case highlights the need for more public education of the law.
I think there is merit in seeing that time is not wasted in our courts, whether it's a civil matter or a criminal matter. I think also it is important that the public understands the processes and the procedures, the substantive law, as well as the rules of procedure in all our courts. I think that public education of the law is something we need to have more of.
For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
This story to report: a Cocoa Ripe man believed to be Grenadian was killed in Trinidad and Tobago during a confrontation with police on Thursday night. According to police reports, officers from the Western Division Task Force were on exercise at around 10:15 p.m. when they approached a group of men they claimed were seen brandishing guns in Cocoa Ripe. On seeing police officers, the men ran in different directions. Police chased one of the men, who turned around and pointed an AK-47 assault rifle at the officers. The man was shot and fell to the ground. He was taken to the St. James Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The man was later identified as Grenadian Travis Hippolyte. The AK-47 assault rifle, which was seized, was loaded with 18 rounds of ammunition. Police also arrested another man who was held with a machine gun, which was loaded with 29 rounds of ammunition. Investigations into both incidents are ongoing. GBN attempted to get a response from Travis Hippolyte's family, but was unsuccessful. We'll continue to follow this story. The grandmother of the deceased Kenroy Bell is speaking out following Tuesday's conclusion of the coroner's inquest, which determined Bell's death an accident and therefore ruled out the possibility of charges being brought against 3 Coast Guard officers involved in the boating incident that claimed the young man's life. A grieving Margaret Bell of Auburn St. George shared her views with reporters on Friday.
What is very saddening about it, knowing that they killed my grandson, and all my thing is, I just need justice for my grandson, because imagine they kill him and the men, everybody just gone free, nothing behind it.
Miss Margaret Bell has expressed dissatisfaction with the way that the inquiry was handled.
I'm not satisfied with how the inquest went. 2 autopsy done from 2 different people, and they never bring none of them to explain what happened to my grandson. They had many people that did investigation, and they only present who investigation they want. Up to now, a lot of some of the investigation reach the magistrate and them, but they never present it to the courts. They bring what is in their favor of the Coast Guard. They never bring everything.
The grieving grandmother recalled the dreadful moment when she received the news that her grandson was killed at sea.
When the incident happened, we was home, and then we went down to Grandans. When we reached down there, the 2 Coast Guard, I reached down there after 7, and the 2 Coast Guard was just anchored out in the ocean without no light, just a little light for somebody to know there is a boat out there. They never moved, they never did anything till after 12, they came and said they call off the search. And that was it.
She was not able to confirm if a civil suit will be pursued against the government of Grenada.
I'm waiting on the father and my son to decide what is going on. I don't really know.
22-year-old Kenroy Bell met his unfortunate demise following a run-in with a Coast Guard vessel on April 24th last year. Following Tuesday's ruling, flyers began circulating on social media encouraging a protest outside the Coast Guard base in True Blue on Friday at 9 a.m. However, there were no protesters when GBN arrived on the scene. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Other news, Carriacou resident Andre Simon, who was apprehended by police in connection with an alleged chopping incident involving his cousin on May 14, is now facing a charge of grievous harm. Simon reportedly went into hiding following the mid-morning chopping incident in the family yard at Mount Pleasant, Carriacou, that left Faye Simon nursing chop wounds to her hand, face, and back. He was captured 3 days later on May 17 in some bushes with a cutlass in his possession and was transported to the mainland for a mental assessment. GBN understands that the charge was laid against him on Monday upon his release from the Mongay Psychiatric Hospital, where he was a patient for close to a month. Simon appeared on the grievous harm charge at the St. George's Magistrates Court on Tuesday and was remanded to His Majesty's prisons until next Monday. The matter has been transferred to the Karakou Magistrates Court, the jurisdiction in which the incident occurred. The victim is said to be at home recuperating after being warded for several days at the General Hospital. This is Network News. Still ahead from us, fathers share their expectations for Father's Day on Sunday. Stay with us.
Request, repay, repeat with Ariza's FlexiCredit Evergreen Loan Facility. Qualify for a FlexiCredit with limits up to $25,000 or use your home equity to qualify for more. Extra cash at your fingertips whenever you need it. Accessed using your debit card and managed using AMI, Ariza's mobile internet experience app. FlexiCredit allows you the flexibility to top up to your approved limit any day, anytime. Already a member? Send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987. New members join today to apply. Request, repay, repeat. Use your FlexiCredit for vacations, shopping, wedding, general expenses, and more. Ariza loan terms and conditions apply. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think of Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Your dream home is taking shape right before your eyes. From the foundation to the roof, every detail is carefully crafted to bring your vision to life. With ACB Grenada Bank's mortgage loans, you can turn your dream home into a reality or unlock the power of your home to empower the next generation.
Our team of financial experts will guide you through the process to help you find the best financial options to suit your needs.
So, whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking to upgrade your current one, trust ACB Grenada Bank to make your dream home a reality. Contact us today to learn more.
The NLA is giving you more
chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Notice is hereby given that the 39th Annual General Meeting of Nexa Credit Union Limited will be held at the Crown Ballroom, Radisson Beach Resort, Grand Anse, St. George, with simultaneous streaming on Zoom. The meeting commences at 2 p.m. Tuesday, 27th June 2023 for the following purposes: to receive the report of the Board of Directors and other committees for 2022, to receive the audit financial report for 2022, to elect members to the Board of Directors and other committees, to discuss and approve the budget for 2023, to appoint auditors and fix their remuneration, to act on such matters as may come before the 39th Annual General Meeting. All members are invited to attend either in person or via Zoom. You can register at any branch via telephone 440-1354 using the registration link www.nexacreditunion.com/AGM or by sending an email to marketing@nexacreditunion.com.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Network News, welcome back. Working towards increasing pensionable age and contribution rate, the cash-strapped National Insurance Scheme is blaming its policymakers for failing the scheme. We have more details in this report.
Director of the National Insurance Scheme, Dorset Cromwell, said not many changes have been made to address the challenges of the National Insurance Scheme in over 40 years. He is therefore of the opinion that policymakers have failed the statutory body, citing this as the reason for having to seek an increase in the retirement age for citizens.
But why are we in this position and why are we here? We are here fundamentally because over 40 years, this year the NIS celebrated its 40th anniversary, and over a period of 40 years, we have not made any adjustments to the NIS system to deal with the issue of sustainability. 2002 to 2020, from 2023, notwithstanding the actuarial advice of numerous actuaries, no changes was made except a 2% increase in the contribution rate. So we have to be honest and say that our policymakers have failed the National Insurance Scheme.
Cromwell said the pensionable age must be increased as a matter of urgency.
So the pensionable age, we have proposed to the government of Grenada to increase the pensionable age from 60 to 65 over the period 2024 to 2029. Of course, you have the option to take your pension early, always at 60, at any age you so desire, but there is a small adjustment if you take it before the required age. Also increase the contribution rate, because the monies that we've collected, you heard it from the Honorable Minister, and I also spoke to it, the monies that we are collecting now is not sufficient to cover expenditure on a month-to-month basis. We are breaking term deposits left, right, and center to cover our expenditure, and that is not sustainable.
To help alleviate its financial challenges, the NIS is also seeking a 16% increase in contribution over the next 7 years.
So in 2023, we increased the contribution rate by 1%, but that was principally for the introduction of an unemployment benefit program, which came into effect on the 1st of May. So we have proposed to the government that between 2024 and 2031, we increase the contribution rate from where it is now 12% to 16%. 0.5% increase every year, split equally between employee and employer. So the employee will have an increase of 0.25%, and the employer would see a marginal increase of 0.25%.
Cromwell spoke of other changes to be implemented based on recommendations stemming from the 13th Actuary Review.
The other changes that we have proposed that is coming from the 13th review is to make the NIS pension a retirement pension and not an age pension. So if you retire before the pensionable age, and if you continue to work, and if you earn more than 60% of the ceiling, we would say you would have to hold to get the NIS pension. Right? So 3 things must happen. You must retire before the pensionable age, you must continue to work, and you must be earning more than 60% of the ceiling at the point in time.
Another proposal Cromwell highlighted was an adjustment to the current pension formula. The existing pension formula is 30% for the first 10 years and 1% thereafter. However, they are now proposing 25% for the first 10 years and 1% thereafter. Additionally, they've proposed to increase the number of contributions required to qualify for a pension from 500 to 750, with increments of 50. Chrislina John, GBN News.
While many mothers complain about being underappreciated in the home today, many fathers work 65-hour work weeks and try to live up to the expectations of their wives, helping with housework and caring for children. Yet, according to statistics, Father's Day celebrations and gift buying still appear to lag far behind than that of Mother's Day spending. GBN combed the streets of St. George on Friday to get people's opinions on the celebration of Father's Day compared to Mother's Day.
Father's Day is right around the corner, and according to some research in the U.S., mothers are worth $8 billion more than fathers are, at least when it comes to money spent on Mother's Day versus Father's Day. This notion is not just expressed in the outer world, but also here on the island, as we will often hear in the public how poorly Father's Day is recognized compared to Mother's Day in Grenada. We spoke to people in the town of St. George about their thoughts on how Father's Day is celebrated compared to Mother's Day.
To some extent, Mother's Day is more recognized than Father's Day, but it's important. Fathers and mothers is important in the lives of children. I do think that we should recognize fathers more for their contribution, especially let them play a part more in the upbringing of the children. Some mothers think the child is theirs, you know, but the child is not theirs, not the child is the father's child too, right? Father have an equal role.
Well, when I look at it, Mother's Day more, aggressive than the Father's Day, because
I think fathers should be celebrated just as how mothers are celebrated, because there are fathers that plays the role of mothers just as how there are mothers that plays the role of fathers. right?
And people, well, you know Mother's Day is coming up because you hear people talking about they have all kind of little gift sets and all kind of thing for mothers, but nobody is doing the same thing for the fathers. So you don't even remember what day is Father's Day unless somebody mentions it.
So that's why we would say that Mother's Day is much more celebrated than Father's Day. But we also have to remember there are fathers who do play both roles as well. And there are very good fathers out there. But sometimes we as mothers, if there is a situation where both parents are not together no more, there is a tricky situation where the fathers are not able to see their children.
To those who were not happy with how Father's Day is recognized, we asked how they would like to see this change.
That we work on over time. Maybe it may not happen just that suddenly. So there probably could be something more of a build-up, and where there is a sort of awareness created, and once that awareness is created, then there could be a more deliberate effort towards placing more emphasis on the fathers and the Father's Day, obviously.
If you look at the stores again, you see all the mothers' gift and thing, sold out, but the fathers' gift always there. Like the ladies' store again, they don't buy much for the fathers, but the men, always put out, for the ladies. So I see, it had to be more, a change.
I guess the narrative, I should say, has to change on how we see the men in our society. But because men are looked upon as, so many of the men are such deadbeat dads. So is that the men has to step up and be better dads in their children's lives. So then there's this missing father element. So if our fathers get more involved in their children's lives, the moms are seeing their active participation, and so then the moms would start getting this feeling, positive feeling towards the men in their lives to say, well, we need to celebrate them, we need to focus more. So when the day is coming around, people will remember it more because you have this good man in your life who's doing a lot for their kids.
And I think it is time in 2023, even though we're not, if mother and father's not together, they should still have their day to be with their children.
GBN wishes every father in the state of Grenada a happy Father's Day on Sunday. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
All right, so Father's Day celebrates and honors the men who have embraced the role of fatherhood. Every second Sunday in June of each year, fathers and father figures, namely uncles and grandfathers, for example, are recognized for the sacrifices they make while embracing the responsibility of nurturing and raising children, and for their devotion to their families. GBN spoke to some fathers in the town of St. George today to find out about the expectations for Father's Day on Sunday.
That we work on over time. Maybe it may not happen just that suddenly. So there probably could be something more of a build-up, and where there is a sort of awareness created, and once that awareness is created, then there could be a more deliberate effort towards placing more emphasis on the fathers and the Father's Day, obviously. Well, they always treat me well. I do not know what they have in the bag for me, and I do not want to go about speculating, but they do not let me down at all.
Well, Sunday, as a Father's Day, I feel I really relax home, and being with the family and have a nice lunch, and relax myself,
Well, I know my wife already planned something, okay? So we might go through Blue or Radisson's, one of those places, and just eat they have like a special for Father's Day. Yeah. But I believe fathers is treated well in Grenada. I believe fathers is respected in Grenada.
All right. Happy Father's Day to the nation's fathers in advance. It's time for GBN I Saw. Students are trending as the South St. George Government School takes the spotlight.
Tonight, we feature grade 6 students at the St. George Government School as they held their mini international cuisine on Thursday. The students represented 6 countries, and each country had special dishes and drinks on display, prepared and presented with the input of parents. It was an educational yet fun activity for the grade 6 students as they get ready to leave the primary school setting and begin their secondary education. This was part of the students' career day activities where they got to do activities that aligns with their careers of choice. These are your future chefs. We thank grade 6 teacher Miss Janae Greenwich for such a wonderful presentation. Share with us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Still ahead in Network News, Senator Adrian Thomas eyes 5-year plan for the agriculture sector. Back in a moment.
Grenada, get ready for the biggest Calypso clash of all time as Grenada takes on Trinidad at the 17th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert. Saturday, July 8th, Grenada Trade Center from 7:30 p.m. You'll get from your our partners, Hubbard's, Grenada Paper Products, Granville Credit Union, Biden and Miners, Gittins Healthcare, Grenada Broadcasting Network, Guardian General, Spice Isle Imaging Center, Western Union, The Agriculture Shop, Clear Vision Eye Center, Springs Food Mart, Dollar Savers Auto Part, Rise and Shine Supermarket, Classic Lighting, Victory Bar, Budget Marine, Dean's Mattress, Grenada Trade Center, Creative Do It Best, Grenada Distillers Limited, Catwheels Stationery Service, Blue Bubbles, PA, Rentals and Event Supplies Company, Dana's Tasty Food, and City Inn. Please be seated by 7 p.m. because this one will be epic.
Refer a friend and get $50 cash back for you and $50 cash back for your friend on loans of $3,000 and over at Quartz Ready Cash. Plus, you get flexible payment terms, hassle-free service, and fast approval. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Apply now. Visit shopquartz.com. The more friends you refer, the more cash back. What are you waiting for? Make every moment count with a loan from Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
So it begins, a journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Big money, money, money.
3,000
$1,000 every week for 3 months.
What?
Yes, it's the NLA's Crazy Cash Giveaway Promotion. Every week from April 11th to June 30th, 3 lucky Daily Games customers will randomly win $1,000 each week. Imagine winning as much as $36,000 in 12 weeks.
How?
Spend $12 in a single purchase on Daily Cash 4, Daily Pick 3, or Playway. Look for the words Cash Winner on your tickets to collect $1,000. The more you spend $12 on your favorite daily games, the more chances you have to win. Must be 18 or older to participate. All prizes must be collected by July 7th, 2023. Other terms and conditions apply. See stores for details. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Money, money, money.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Hello again. Several measures will soon be rolled out to help ensure the long-term viability of Grenada's agriculture sector, with heavy emphasis on the coconut industry. This is one of the takeaways from a just concluded 4-day conference and exhibition at the Grenada Trade Center. Grenada, with the support of the International Trade Center, the Embassy of Mexico to the Eastern Caribbean states, the Caribbean Agriculture and Research Institute, and the Coconut Industrial Board in Jamaica, launched its regional coconut exhibition and training, which ended on Thursday. Here's the report.
According to Minister of State with responsibility for agriculture and lands, fisheries and cooperatives, Senator Adrian Thomas, these measures will also form part of Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence celebrations. Details on moving the sector forward were disclosed at the opening ceremony of the Regional Coconut Training and Exhibition at the Grenada Trade Center on Monday.
It is also opportune to look at the growing demand for coconut water as a beverage. The bottling and storage of coconut water for extended shelf life and improved marketability is an area needing further research and development. Consideration must also be given to the clusters of coconut trees that are populated with aged, tall trees, and the cost of harvesting the coconuts, and to select coconut varieties with shorter trees, less time to produce, and are specifically suited to the water-nut market with respect to flavor, yield, and ease of harvesting. Local and regional farmers are encouraged to consider whether it is viable to invest in coconut production and the byproducts. Explore whatever potential exists for supplies to both the regional and export markets in the U.S., Canada, and the European Union.
Minister Thomas hopes to see a major turnaround of the industry within a 5-year time frame.
There is a wide range of measures that could be taken, including improving access to planting material, developing a quality assurance system, improving pest management, increasing research ties to new niche market product, market research, and mobilizing funding for capacity building. Considerations could also be given to a Grenada Coconut Festival, a 2 to 3 day event around a coconut theme that will feature seminars and an exhibition as well as festival celebration.
From all indications, participants were delighted to have had the opportunity to interact, sharing challenges and learning from the experts.
Insightful, especially because we have many colleagues from all the region, so they have been able to share experiences knowledge, what have gone wrong, what have gone well.
And I learned a lot about the nursery for the coconut rich from the doctor when messaging. So I'm very glad to hear.
It's a cross-fertilizations of ideas, and it all goes good for the increase in the coconut industry around the region.
The curtains came down on the 4-day exercise on Thursday with presentations from the participating countries.
Betsy and Lazarus with that report there. Sports news up next. Defending champs Hurricanes SC to face Happy Hill FC in GFA Premier League opener tomorrow Saturday.
More chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grandans, Victoria Street, Brentwood, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Sporting fans, good evening. Alston George Park will come alive tomorrow Saturday with the opening of the 2023-2024 GFA Premier League season. Close to $250,000 in prize money will be up for grabs this year. First place winner will walk away with $100,000, while second and third place winners will receive $60,000 and $40,000 respectively. In addition, fourth place will receive $20,000, whereas all other participating teams will receive $10,000. Match 1 will pit defending champs Hurricanes SC against newly promoted Happy Hill FC. Kickoff time 4 p.m. The athletics community, along with the Grenada Athletic Association, continues to mourn the passing of Harvey Glantz. Glantz, a 3-time U.S. Olympian and 1976 Olympic gold medalist, died on Monday at the age of 66 after suffering cardiac arrest recently. Glantz's coaching guided Karani James to winning Grenada's first gold medal at the Olympic Games in London in 2012 and a silver and bronze medal thereafter. Public Relations Officer of the Grenada Athletic Association, Kwame Hippolyte, says Harvey Glantz has left an indelible mark on not only Karani James's life, but also on the lives of many Grenadians.
And he was a man of his word and always committed to working along with the Athletic Association in the development of the sport. One of the things he also did was that he showed great respect for our organization and appreciated and valued the work that we put in for the development of the sport.
The 2023 Massey Women's Caribbean Premier League will take place from August 31 to September 10, 2023. There will be an expanded tournament with increased number of matches this year. giving more opportunity for the best players from the West Indies and beyond to showcase their talents in front of the vibrant crowds at what's referred to as the biggest party in sport. Massey Group has confirmed that it will be returning as title sponsor for the tournament in a 3-year deal that renews its commitment to support and grow women's sport in the region. In 2023, there will be 7 matches played in Barbados and Trinidad. The 3 teams who will be taking part are Barbados Royals, Guyana Amazon Warriors, and Trinbago Knight Riders. We can tell you too, the teams will be announced at the end of June. The squad comprises 9 senior West Indies players, 2 emerging West Indies players, and 4 overseas players. The emerging players will be under the age of 21 and chosen from a list provided by Cricket West Indies. All right, that's the sports for now. Amid fears of job displacements due to artificial intelligence, AI, Barbados has told the International Labour Organization, ILO, that governments must work tirelessly to facilitate environments in which jobs are created for citizens. Prime Minister Mia Amor-Motley stressed that without that basic dignity, citizens will be at the mercy of others.
Fairness will be determined by who owns the robots and who owns the enterprises, as I said when I addressed this body on its centenary anniversary. Ownership matters. Fairness will also determine how we smoothly manage global migration and afford people the human right of fair movement. Why should capital move and not people? Especially where there are parts of the world where clearly people are needed to be an engine of growth. We have seen the horror as it unfolds off Greece as we meet here this morning.
Prime Minister Motley was among the world leaders addressing the World of Work Summit 2023, Social Justice for All, hosted by the ILO in Geneva, Switzerland. She sees the ILO's World of Work meeting as critical as leaders prepare for an upcoming summit in Paris, France, on a new global financing pact. At least 78 people are dead and hundreds more are missing off Greece's coast after a migrant boat carrying up to 750 passengers capsized in the Mediterranean Sea. Attention is now shifting to the Greek government's failure to act in time before the vessel sank. Global's Eric Soriksen reports on the fading hope in the search for survivors, the plight of those seeking a better life, and why one critic says developed countries must assume more responsibility for the refugee crisis.
About 100 people have been rescued, but none so far today. It's believed several hundred did not survive in the deep water. Crews have only found a few dozen bodies so far. A single photograph foretells the tragedy to come. A boat top-heavy with human desperation sank, say authorities, when the weight shifted on board. There's something striking in pictures of survivors on shore, mostly young men. It's believed many women and children were trapped below deck.
One man started to cry and tell me, I want my mother, I want my mother. It was very difficult time.
The boat left Tobruk, Libya, believed bound for Italy, but sank about 80 kilometers off the coast of Greece. The story from this man looking for his wife is revealing. In Germany, where I work, says Kassam Abozid, my wife's asylum application was delayed and not approved, and so she paid $6,000 to get on that overloaded boat, a price and a gamble worth taking for so many refugees from Africa and the Middle East.
People will keep on going on perilous journeys. When they leave their country and a situation of persecution or war, they will find ways to move.
It's one of the deadliest refugee shipwrecks of all time in the Mediterranean, where the UN says 20,000 have disappeared in the last decade. European authorities who set out policies to protect their borders acknowledge more must be done. This Greek politician was more blunt. Europe's migration policies, says Alexis Tsipras, have turned the Mediterranean into watery graves. Developed countries must build peace in regions from which refugees are fleeing, says Sherry Aiken.
What's needed? Genuine responsibility sharing. Countries stepping up in the global north to assume more responsibility for the crisis. Right now, it's pretty much all on the shoulders of the least developed countries.
The priority, says Aiken, in Europe or in Canada should be to help forced migrants to resettle and not just turn them away, because the crisis is not going away. Eric Sorensen, Global News, Toronto.
This is the one to report at a press conference in Minneapolis on Friday. Attorney General Merrick Garland announced the results of a Department of Justice probe into its police department after the 2020 murder of George Floyd in police custody.
Our review focused on MPD as a whole, not on the actions of any individual officer. We observed many MPD officers who did their difficult work with professionalism, courage, and respect. But the patterns and practices we observed made what happened to George Floyd possible. As one city leader told us, quote, "These systemic issues didn't just occur on May 25th, 2020. There were instances like that were being reported by the community long before that."
Garland said the investigation found that Minneapolis police had a pattern or practice of using excessive force and had discriminated against African Americans and Native Americans.
The city of Minneapolis engages in a pattern or practice of using excessive force, unlawfully discriminating against Black and Native American people in enforcement activities, violating the rights of people engaged in protected speech, and discriminating against people with behavioral disabilities and responding to them in crisis.
That's it for this segment. We'll be back to remind you of the headlines. This is the Grenada Broadcasting Network. A reminder of the headlines. GBN following reports that a private aircraft crashed in Grenadian waters. High Court sets aside default judgment in defamation case against Senator Claudette Joseph over failed shrimp farm project comments. The NIS works towards increasing pensionable age and contribution rate as the cash-strapped statutory body blames its policymakers for failing the scheme. Fathers share their expectations of Father's Day on Sunday. Also in the broadcast regionally, Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley tells countries to focus on job creation. And And a Cocorit man believed to be Grenadian was shot and killed in Trinidad and Tobago during a confrontation with police on Thursday night. Internationally, Department of Justice report concludes Minneapolis police engaged in excessive force and discriminated against African Americans as well as Native Americans. Plus in the sports news, defending champs Hurricanes SC to face Happy Hill FC in GFA Premier League opener tomorrow Saturday. We are looking forward to that clash indeed. All right, have a great weekend. Please be safe. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. We'll see you again very soon. Good night.
Coming up, visitors just keep flowing into Jamaica. We'll tell you why.